In the present tense, you saw that the irregular active verbs formed very oddly. However, in the imperfect tense, for the most part, they form along some patterns that are recognizable. For example, esse and posse do not use ba in the imperfect tense, and it does not form using the present stem. The root will change, and posse will still use the sum form as its personal endings. However, eo, pharaoh, wolo, and nolo will all use the ba. It will use the present stem for the most part. Wolo and nolo are slightly different in that. And they will use the personal endings. And again, memorizing the forms of an irregular verb are the only sure way of knowing what they will look like. In order to form sum esse in the imperfect, we are going to use the letters ERA. Now with regular verbs, we use BA to connote, to show that a verb is imperfect. In Latin, in the imperfect, to be has an A in it. And to that, we will add our personal endings. So eram, I am. It will also, as you see, use the M in the I form, just like any other imperfect verb. So sum esse will look like this. Eram, I was. Eras, you were. Erat, he, she, it was. Eramus, we were. Eratis, you all were. Erant, and they were. And forming possum posse, as I said, literally tacks on the preposition pot, because the esse word begins with an E, just like in the present. However, this time, we are going to use the imperfect esse root of era and add the personal ending. So here we have pateram. And in order to translate it, it's going to be pateram, I was able. Pateras, you were able. Paterat, he, she, it was able. Pateramus, we were able. Pateratus, you all were able. And paterant, they were able. As I said, in the imperfect, the to be and the possum actually form using some pretty regular structures. Now we're getting to the irregulars that form using the present stem. The first one we're going to look at is eo ire. You're going to find your present stem, which again is just an I. You're going to add a BA, your normal imperfect BA. And then you add your personal endings, bomb, ibom. So we have ibom, I was going, ibas, you were going, ibat, he, she, it was going, ibamus, we were going, ibatis, you all were going, and ibant, they were going. And now on to ferro fere. Now, this one also is going to use its present stem, but it is going to add a letter before the BA. In this case, it's going to add an E, because I guess the Romans didn't think fair bomb sounded very good. So it's going to be fere ba, and then the personal endings, fere bomb. And it's going to be fere bomb, I was bringing. Fere bas, you were bringing. Fere bat, he, she, it was bringing. Fere bamus, we were bringing. Fere batis, you all were bringing. And fere bant, they were bringing. As I said, very regular. You just have to remember that to add that E. Now for wolo wele. Now it forms a little irregularly. You start with V-O-L-E. It's like taking the I form and adding an E to the end instead of the O. Then you're going to add a BA and your personal endings. So, wole bomb, I was wanting. Wolebas, you were wanting. Wolebat, he, she, it was wanting. Wolebamus, we were wanting. Wolebatus, you all were wanting. And wolebant, they were wanting. And finally, nolo nole. Now this one's actually kind of nice in the imperfect. Like wolo, all it's going to be is a nole, N-O-L-E, add the B-A, and your personal endings again. Nole bom is I was not wanting. Nole bas, you were not wanting. Nole bat, he, she, it was not wanting. Nole bamus, we were not wanting. And nole batus, you all were not wanting. And finally, nole bant, they were not wanting. Now, the imperfects form so much more regularly, even with the irregulars, than they ever do with the regulars. So you should have an easier time recognizing the verb and the tense with the imperfect than you would with the present.